We haven't had a Final Destination movie since 2011, but boy, are we back with Bloodlines.
Is this the last one? Is this like the final reckoning of Final Destination?
I mean, it could be, but,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure if anybody wanted to keep it going, they'd figure out a way to do it.
Yeah. Cool. So subscribe and come hang out with us here at Breakfast All Day, because summer's here and that means big, exciting blockbusters, but it also means fun little horror movies like this. And we are here for you for all of it. So come spend some time with us. So I have to admit that unlike the Mission Impossible series, I did not go back and do a full-on rewatch of all the Final Destination movies. So I'm sure, I know, what kind of professional am I? I'm sure that there are little Easter eggs and things in here that I did not catch, right? From the previous ones. They're kind of obvious the way they lay things out here, so I could get the gist of it, but I know I've definitely seen at least a couple of these. It has been a while, but the structure is the same. People are going to die. Someone knows that's going to happen. They have this premonition and no one wants to listen to them. And so it's a matter of like trying to prevent these extremely elaborate deaths. And a lot of the fun and the tension and expectation of this movie and all these movies, I take it, is like watching that unfold. And how does that unfold? And will it unfold exactly as expected? Will they withhold some things when the camera lingers on, like a big bucket of ice or a lawnmower?
There's a backyard barbecue that is teeming with potential danger and chaos, and you don't know which one it's going to be.
It could be all of it at the same time. So you kind of do get what you expect here. Like, you know what you're getting into if you have seen these movies. But this one begins with a flashback, this really, really spectacularly staged, beautifully shot and edited flashback to the opening of this like tower. It looks kind of like the Space Needle in Seattle, and it's like 1968. And so it's all this really cool retro fashion, and this young couple is going up there for this big date, but like there's tension from the very beginning in really cool, subtle ways. The directors are Zach Lipovsky and Adam Stein. I believe this is their first Final Destination. Yeah. And so just the way that it, like, again, it will leave these little breadcrumbs for the ultimate destruction. And it's this young couple and they're on this date and it seems like it would be idyllic, but there's like little slights, little problems, little people who are edgy assholes everywhere that kind of put you on edge. And just the way this all develops is so beautifully staged and paced, and it's hilarious and breathless, and really is the high point of this whole movie. I mean, it's a lot of fun the whole way through, but that opening is a killer.
It's like a little mini Irwin Allen disaster movie, basically, you know, for about 10 minutes. It's a lot of fun. And what it does by starting with a flashback is that it, in the same way that a lot of the sequels to Paranormal Activity managed to sort of like, here's what happened before the last movie and then here's what happens after, that flashback creates a way by which this movie is sort of retrofitting the entire Final Destination series as having come from that opening incident, and also kind of brings us up to date with it as well.
Yeah. So it kind of is like the last Mission Impossible in that way, in that it like tries to intertwine everything you know from the previous ones, and it rewards you if you are an aficionado. So, so we have a young woman named Stephanie. She's played by Kaitlyn Santa Juana, and she is a college student with these horrible visions of this thing that she doesn't even know about. How could she possibly? And then she finds out what her family connection is to it. And that's kind of all I want to say. It's like, how does she and her family deal with the threat that death is coming for them? And this is the idea the whole way through, that like it's not a Jason or a Freddy who's coming for you, it's death, and you can't avoid death. Like, yeah, we're all gonna die, but the thing that like Tony Todd, who is the recurring figure, says so memorably here in his final performance, like, when you mess with death, like bad things happen. And so bad things happen, and it's a lot of fun. I laughed the whole way through. It's just paced really well. It's very clever. This movie's super Canadian.
It is. As a longtime Hallmark watcher, I was clocking like, oh, look, it's Alex Lloyd Jones from Love Classified. And oh, it's Gabrielle Rose who played department store owner Poppy Wetherington in Christmas Joy. And there's that other lady who was the mean boss in December Bride. So I was like, yeah, I should go work for like I should go work in casting in Vancouver. Because I know who everybody is now. It's crazy.
I think you'd like Vancouver. I really liked Richard Harmon, by the way, as Stephanie's brother, who has the tattoo and piercing parlor.
Cousin.
Oh, sorry, it's her cousin. It's the other family. Yes.
Yeah.
He's great because he's like smart ass comic relief, and his segment is one of the best staged, as well as like the tension and the squirm factor.
Well, he gets two of them actually, which is unusual for these movies. And yeah, it's you know what? That's a spoiler. Let's not say that.
Let's not even go any farther.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. There are definitely moments in this movie that will be discussed in piercing parlors for the rest of time, I think. Yeah, no, these movies know what they're doing. They know what their lane is, which is to kind of create these, you know, it's like the old game Mousetrap, you know, the like you said, the Rube Goldbergian kind of, you know, homicides involved. But you're right. You know, we're never going to meet Freddy or Michael Myers, but we all have to face death one of these days. And so I think that gives these movies an automatic level of empathy for audiences. And, you know, all of the lore stuff is fun if you know what it is and recognize it. But you could walk into this movie cold, having never seen a Final Destination movie, and whatever you need to know is told to you. So don't feel like this is super, that it's so slogged and fan service that you can't just enjoy it on its own. It totally works as a standalone movie. And yeah, it does weirdly tie into the Mission Impossible movie a lot. Just in terms of playing around with its own lore, and at the same time, like, yes, giving you what would seem like maybe a button to the whole thing, but also knowing that, you know, if somebody really felt like bringing it back, they could do it, and they will, I suspect, you know. Yeah, very entertaining. I had a great time with this.
Yes. And if you're going to be staying up all night trying to fight off death and stay alive, our friends at Coffee Brothers could help you. They've got so much good stuff. I've been enjoying this Brazil that they've been doing, this Brazilian roast and an Ethiopian roast. It's all good. The dark roast is good. It's one of their classics. Our code's breakfast15. We have a link for you down below. I literally start off every day with my Coffee Brothers coffee, and I'm alert, Alonso, looking for death in the lawnmower, in the trash cans, in the soccer balls, things that look totally inane and benign. You never know. I'm ready.
You never do know, and that is what is great about these movies. In the same way that I think people leave a Fast and Furious movie wanting to drive home quickly, I think people leave a Final Destination movie very cautious about everything. So
it does put you on edge that way. So I'm gonna give this an 8. It's really fun.
I'm there too. I'm gonna say a 7.5. It's fun. Yes, my Metacritic score is lower. What doesn't matter? None of this matters. It's a fun movie. Go see it.